got this motivation. I can never...
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They go play action here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, McCaffrey. And a short gain down to about the 33. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing on third down, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Third and long. It's Watson escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And it's taken in at the 9. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. He'll
drop it off to McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Newton on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going. Out. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He'll get it up the middle. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. They come out here in the eye. They'll go with Foreman. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first down throw for Newton. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Being chased out left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, here's Watson. His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On 1st down, Watson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. .4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Watson now to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting it.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On first down, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. To the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Chuck.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Kick is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And here comes the Texans now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Watson on first down. Flush to his right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On 1st and 10, Watson. Flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Watson now on second down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And, we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bernardrick McKinney coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. The Panthers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And now past another. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. With it is Jackson. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 3rd down, Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Now Newton on 1st down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run it here with Logan. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in
can't find it. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back now in Houston, as we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Shaq Thompson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Sturgis for the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Newton on 1st down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Newton finding Funchess for the Panther 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And Watson's going to throw it here. Flush to his right. And some space here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Richmond.
Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They didn't get out of bounds, but that's okay. They need one more just like that to give themselves a chance.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man. Because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.